At 51, Dustin Chappell has moved on to a new chapter in his life.
So I'm the training officer for Hopewell Sheriff's Department.
This after a storied career in the U.S. military.
I spent 12 years in the Marine Corps and retired out of the Army.
During that time, Dustin deployed into the war zone.
I did 2 tours in Iraq in 03 and 04, back to back. I was severely wounded in 04.
Now he's taking his years of experience and putting them to use with the Hopewell Sheriff's Office. But when the remnants of Hurricane Helene came through,
spending so much of my time in North Carolina, I feel like North Carolina is really a second home to me.
Dustin knew he had to go west.
I really felt called to go out there and help in some kind of way.
This is that house.
And help he did, starting out with cleaning.
And helped with just removing stuff out of people's houses that had been flooded, to get the settlement out of their house, cut trees, things like that.
But soon his expertise would be put to the test.
She said, I have to get this on that mountain, which is Pishka Mountain.
With no accessible roads, he and his crew accepted the challenge.
So we got up on the mountain, we got the feed to the farmers that were up there for cattle and for horses.
And from then on, the task kept coming.
The next day, they gave us 2 more missions, and that was to deliver medications, blood pressure, heart medication, first aid items, and fuel.
Using quads and side-by-sides, Dustin and his crew began to know just how to get up the mountain as the missions became more complicated.
So we hauled in a bunch of large generators to run homes, and we just made multiple trips up that mountain with as many generators as we could.
The devastation at times.
It was utter destruction. Everything was destroyed.
Landslide come off that mountain right there.
Almost overwhelming to those volunteers on the ground.
It was amazing to me that a mountain could move that way in that short period of time and just be gone. As
Dustin and his team made progress tackling the mountain, a special request was given to them, along with some soldiers from the 101st Airborne.
We want you to create 2 landing zones at this location. Gave us a map, we mapped it out. We built 2 landing zones and then cut the trails in and built the landing zones with those guys so they could start bringing in Chinooks to land much needed supplies on the mountain.
Next, the now expanded team set out to cut in a road.
We cut a new road into there with the 101st, cut a road out so they could get down in between Bat Cave and Girton.
But while destruction was everywhere, Dustin and his crew began to see something quite remarkable.
They pulled themselves up by their bootstraps, and they did for each other. It wasn't about them, it was about their neighbor and taking care of the other people around them.
Now back on the road in Hopewell, Dustin has one more mission planned for western North Carolina. In the next couple of weeks, Dustin will be loading up a freezer. That's right, a freezer, and driving the 6 hours back to the area where he and his crew spent so much time helping out. When he gets there, this time Dustin will be handing out about 50 frozen turkeys to help families in need with their holiday meals. That's a look inside Wayne's World. I'm Wayne Covil, CBS 6 News.